Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Won't You Be My Neighbor? I don't know how many of you out there watch this and how old you are, but this is the documentary about Fred Rogers, who had a television show that taught a lot of life lessons to children. I remember him growing up, reruns and stuff like that, but evidently he was a remarkable man. I don't think when you're a child and you watch these things, you appreciate everything that he's done. And so that's what this movie, this documentary is for. IMDb has it at an 8.6, so it's supposed to be pretty good. I'm not much of a documentary kind of guy, but I think this is supposed to be very, very good. So I'll get into it a little bit and check it out. It's an hour and 34 minutes. I'll let you know what it's about and tell you what I'm thinking, so stick around, maybe you want to watch it. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Would You Be My Neighbor? Sorry, no check-ins tonight. I don't think you needed one. Just a couple of things to cover here. It's funny, as the credits roll, I see Rapper's Delight. That's actually in here. Anyway, so really good film, really good documentary, I should say, about Fred Rogers. And I want to clarify something. I was watching it and I was like, showing all the episodes, not all the episodes, but like the progression of his show. And I was like, I didn't see these. And they got to a point where 560 episodes were recorded, and then he decides to start showing reruns of them, to try a different project. And I was like, oh, that's what I saw. But no, then he came back. Ultimately, he did 1,765 episodes. So I saw some of the later ones and stuff like that. One of it's not an easy watch. It's ultimately, I don't have a better term for it, but sad, almost. That's the way I feel coming out of this. There are parts where it's like, this is good. There are parts where it's a little slow, a little boring for me. But all in all, really good, but it leaves you feeling sad. Because the great things that this guy did from his heart. I always question, and I think in today's society, people would question somebody like Fred Rogers, as much. I mean, especially what's going on around our world, how much he cared about kids. And, they're throwing up questions about his sexuality, and stuff like that. But he was married, he had children and stuff, but from his heart, he really wanted to impact children in a positive way. And he took a lot of risks throughout his, his career as, on the TV show. And he tackled a lot of the big issues. Talks about the assassination of Bobby Kennedy. I don't think he talks about Bobby Kennedy, but the assassination. Talks about discrimination and racism. Or I shouldn't say he talks about them. He, brings them to light in a show to help educate these kids about these different things. So he did all that, death, divorce, and stuff like that. And it's funny, he did a lot with puppets. I don't remember the puppets as much as I remember him coming through the door, the opening scenes and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know how much of it I did watch, but I knew about him, I knew what he did, and this helps clarify everything about him. Two things real quick. One, I didn't realize he was from Pittsburgh. Right down the street. Well, not right down the street, but you know what I mean. And then, and the fact that he saved public television, and that is like probably one of the best parts when you watch this. When he goes up against Congress and speaks to senators. Really good part right there. Enjoyed that, but ultimately it has me feeling sad inside and everything that. And I don't want to ruin it for you. You go watch it. Maybe you know all the stuff. Maybe you're a Fred Rogers expert. I was not. I just knew what he did. I didn't realize what other people, said about him, essentially. But I want to go into that. Even if you don't like documentaries like me, I would suggest you watch this. I'll give it an 8. I'd probably give it a 7 just because of the mood it set me in. But we don't give 7s anymore. Not going to give it a 6, so I got to give it an 8. I don't know if that really matters to you or not. but ultimately the only reason I'm struggling with that is the emotion that I feel now. So it's not crying, you know. It's not like, I think there probably are scenes where people will cry, that, you know, they're touching in a sense. Not so much the sadness, but, you know, at the end of it, it's just like, ugh, you feel like, you know, what a society we live in for somebody like this. Okay, that's it. Check it out. Gotta check it out. You know, if you've ever heard of this person and you've seen the show, I mean, again, I don't know the range of people who are watching my YouTube channel, but if you've ever heard of this or are interested in it, you gotta check it out. Spend the hour and 35 minutes, learn a little bit more about Fred Rogers and what he did for us. And then come back to me, give me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and tune in next time on Kimmel's Irish Pub. Oh, wait, before I cut out, one last piece of advice. You know how I always watch a TV show after this, or an hour show or something like that? It's got to set up a comedy for yourself. Don't go to bed after watching this. Go ahead and watch a comedy, and then I think it'll be a lot easier. So that's it. All right, thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.
Thank you.